Hello dear students. So I just want you all to close your eyes for some time and recall a beautiful destination while traveling with your parents from one place to another. I'm sure when you are traveling in your private vehicle with your parents, you come across a beautiful spot, a beautiful scenery, and you ask your parents to stop for some time. Why is it so? It's because you get attracted to that beautiful scenery and you want to spend some time to enjoy the lovely scene, isn't it? Yes. So today we are also going to learn a new poem. The title of the poem is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, written by Robert Lee Frost. So before we understand the poem, let's learn more about the writer. Robert Lee Frost, he was born in 1874 and died in the year 1963. He was an American poet known for his impressive depictions of the rural life in his poems. It was during his short stay in England that his journey as an acclaimed poet began, when his style of poetry was greatly encouraged by fellow poets Ezra Pound and Edward Thomas. Frost also had a long career as a teacher of English. He has been awarded numerous honorary degrees and 4 Pulitzer Prizes. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. So children, now I am going to read the poem. Please listen carefully. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. The summary of the poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. The first paragraph. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. The speaker thinks about who owns the woods that he or she is passing through and is fairly sure of knowing the landowner. However, the owner's home is far away in the village and thus he is physically incapable of seeing the speaker pause to watch the snow fall in the forest. The second para. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. The speaker thinks that his horse must be finding it very strange that his master has stopped so far from any signs of civilization. Indeed, they are surrounded only by the forest and a frozen lake on the longest night of the year. There is no any farmhouse nearby, and still, why did my master stop in between? The horse is wondering. Third para. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The horse shakes the bells on its harness as if trying to ask the speaker, is there any mistake? But he realizes there is no other sound besides the ringing of the bells and that of the wind and falling snowflakes, which the speaker or the writer has stopped down to see the beauty of the snowy evening. The fourth para. The words are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. In this para, the poet or the speaker is trying to tell us that the woods are dark and deep, and however, he has so many obligations to fulfill everywhere. So he needs to go, he cannot stay back. Thus, though he or she would like to stay and rest there, but the speaker knows there are many more miles to go before that. So it's not possible to stay back, and then he starts moving ahead. Dear students, I'm sure by now you have understood what the poet is trying to tell us in the poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Now I want you all to open your books, read the poem word by word, and try to answer the comprehension questions. During our next session, we will discuss and answer all the questions given after the poem. Thank you.